Today we're going to look at 3 altcoins that can actually 1000x. Now I want to make this very clear, 1000x potential means potential, nothing is given. These are super risky plays and should only account for a tiny percentage of your portfolio, if you wish to include them. Nothing I say is financial advice. Also, join the Discord, it's free. We have a great community where we help each other. So the first project I want to talk about is DChat. I covered this in a video a couple of weeks ago, just a brief introduction. So DChat is a decentralized AI social protocol and data mine. So DChat taps into both the SocialFi and the AI narrative. So basically, this is like any of your social media platforms, but decentralized, and uses AI applications so that users can chat, discover, and transact assets. So like I said, a social media, but now you can interact in a fully decentralized way with the use of AI. The reason why I'm bullish on this SocialFi narrative is that I do believe there might be another data scandal. We've seen Facebook in the past, and now it might actually look like TikTok is going to be banned in the US. And the main reason for this is because of data. The US is afraid that China can manipulate the algorithm, and the US would much rather like to manipulate it themselves, basically. And data is really expensive, and to give China this edge is something that the US is not in favor of. And the cool thing about DChat is that you can have private data ownership. It's your data. No one can sell this. And this data is secured by custom AI modules with secure data processing and off-chain storage mechanisms to guard, filter, and allow users to monetize on their own data, which is really something that will be needed. So another thing I like and should be cherished is that the team is actually doxed. And that means a lot because believe me, there are a lot of smaller projects, especially within this AI hype we're seeing now, that have anonymous teams. So definitely something that is worth mentioning. One thing that is really important that we have to discuss, if you watched any of my videos, you know I value the vesting schedule a lot. For some reason, people don't want to pay attention to this, but let's take a look at it and why it's important. So at the time of recording this video, we have 14% of DChat unlocked. And what I like to do with these projects when checking their vesting schedule is to look at how it's going to look at, for instance, end of the year. So what we're seeing is that we're going to be at a 44% unlocked, which is more than 3x from today. Those are heavy unlocks. I've seen worse, but I've definitely seen better. So something to take into account, obviously, when investing. And if we take a look at the chart, we can maybe see why keeping an eye on this is so important. So if we take a look at this dip right here, 26th of April, and look past unlocks on CryptoRank, we can see that we had an unlock on the 26th and that we probably had a sell-off because of it. Now, one thing that immediately grabs your attention when looking at the graph of DChat is their insane volume and the volume to market cap ratio. This is obviously a very bullish volume to market cap ratio. It might even make you wonder about the validity and if it's actually organic volume. But nevertheless, much rather have this than the other side of the scale of, 1% volume to market cap ratio with a micro cap like this. So DChat was launched in late February and actually had a small rally together with a lot of SocialFi projects. And what can this project do? It's a very new project, very hard to say, but there is a reason why it's included on this list. It has huge upside potential with a lot of downside risk together with the entire list. But of course, can it hit billions in market cap if it gets adapted to be like a decentralized version of WeChat? Of course. But of course, extremely risky. So now we spend a lot of time on DChat, but all in all, I absolutely have this on my radar. So next up, we have a project called Compute AI with the ticker Kai. So at the time of recording this video, the market cap of Compute AI is under 3 million. So definitely a micro cap that can also do extremely well. And by the way, guys, Kai actually had a funding round with Fjord and raised over $4 million, which is very decent. So Compute AI is a borrow lending platform of computing power. You can earn rewards based on your network contribution, where you can earn Kai tokens, project tokens, or client payments depending on your level of involvement. They also have their own LLM, which aims at creating their own AI applications and tools, which includes chatbots, virtual assistants, the basic AI tools that every other project has these days. So definitely a decent AI/DePIN project. If we take a look at the tokenomics, we can see that it has a max supply of 20 million. Here we can see the allocations, pretty standard allocations. They have a decent amount for node staking incentives, decent for liquidity, decent for treasury. Their team allocations are 18%, but it's on a 1-year cliff, which is going to start unlocking in April 2025, but only 1.6% monthly, which means that it's going to take 5 years to complete it. As for the rest of the unlocks, we're done with the public sale. And as you can see, they have daily unlocks. Me personally don't really mind the daily unlocks. I don't think it matters when they are as small as these ones. So again, just to gain some perspective, let's see where they are at the end of the year. So this is really good in my opinion for a new project. Again, let's see how it would be at the end of 2025. Yeah, so this is really good in my opinion. But of course, we need to talk about the team. It is not doxed. Unfortunately not. This is something to absolutely take into consideration. And also another thing, there are tons of this sort of GPU projects launching left and right. So keep that in mind. But I really like the look of this project. I gotta be honest. So let's see the chart. It's not on CoinMarketCap. It's a fairly new project, guys. So you have to give it some time. But of course, it's on DexScreener. Like I said, we're sitting at under 3 million in market cap. So obviously, it has huge potential, but extremely risky. So let's step into Dreamland for a second and compare it to Render. So Render has a market cap of 3 billion. So for Kai to match that, it would actually be a 1000x. Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? No. I'm going to keep it real. But there is a potential for a 1000x, no doubt. And last but not least, we're going to talk about AWT, Abyss World. I've talked about this project a lot in my videos, so I'm not going to go too much in detail. But it's a gaming project, very low in market cap, has been on a downtrend. They have a game released, looks pretty good in my opinion. They also are set to release on Steam. They have tons of games that are going to be released in the future. This is only the beginning of the project. They have very big partners, like I covered in my AWT video. I believe it actually was my first video on my channel. We're talking big names like Microsoft, Epic Games, Google. They have a lot of grants. They also been featured on IGN, on their YouTube channel, so really bullish stuff. Now, there is a lot of FUD about this project, especially since it's been on a downtrend for the past couple of months. We're going to address 2 FUDs that are often mentioned about this project. First, MGC, the new unannounced token. If I remember correctly, I read about this in their white paper months ago. This is not a new thing. This has been in the plans for a very long time. So I see a lot of people worrying about this, so I'm going to give a short explanation of this MGC token. By the way, you can read all about this in their white paper, so it's not like I have some secret information here. You just got to do a little bit of research. So MGC is acquired by completing in-game tasks, so you have to play the game in order to obtain MGC, which then can be converted into in-game assets for liquidation. So for instance, you can use your MGC to mint NFTs like heroes and weapons, then other players can buy and sell those in-game. You can also swap the MGC token, but the MGC is designed to facilitate the in-game economy, and AWT is the underlying value of the entire universe. So as opposed to AWT, MGC is not designed for speculation. So a short explanation of how it works, you can read more about this in their docs. Another FUD about this project, for some reason people say the team is not doxed. I agree they could have done a better job showing their faces to the world, but the team is indeed doxed. If you do a little bit of research, you can, for instance, find this guy, the CMO of the Metagame Industries, which is the company behind Abyss World. But I gotta be honest, the marketing could have been a little better for this project, but in my opinion, you would much rather have a good project with bad marketing than the other way around. Now, this project doesn't have 4 billion in market cap. It's a speculative play. It can go to zero. Like, honestly, don't get mad if it does. This is degen, right? Just want to make that very clear, because judging by the way people are commenting surrounding this project, seems like they have way too much invested. You should only invest where you can easily afford to lose. This is crypto. Anyways, let's take a look at where we're at today. Like I said, very substantial downtrend that has been going on for over a month now. Very nice volume to market cap ratio. I do suspect we have some trading bots going on here, but still missing a lot of centralized exchanges and also decentralized exchanges. But hopefully it will bridge in the not so distant future. But this also can do a 1000x, especially from these prices right here. That would be like a 2 billion in market cap, which is possible. I mean, I keep reminding people, Axie Infinity reached 10 billion in market cap. The games weren't even that good. So it's possible, but again, super risky. That's it for today, guys. Join the Discord, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers, guys.